fairly well. It was super, super windy here, which we knew it would be. So we have, I think, about a 6.5 mile day. Same elevation as yesterday, so it's gonna be a really rough day. But we're camping. There are like 3 potential campsites before the snow starts, and then we have 3 miles of snow to Saddle Junction, and then head down. And it's supposed to start raining at like 7 a.m. tomorrow. So tomorrow's gonna be a bit rough. And we'll see how we feel when we get to the campsites right before the snow. But we'll, you know, like if we're feeling okay and it's early enough, maybe we'll really power through and get into Idlewild today. But I doubt it. So, yeah, that's pretty much the plan. It's gonna be all up and up and up and up again, which should be fun. I woke up this morning, it was weird, I blew my nose, because I kind of wake up like we're walking in a lot of dust and a lot of dirt, and so our sinuses get kind of clogged up pretty easily, and it's, you know, full spring, so lots of pollen and stuff. And I don't usually have allergies, but out here I seem to. But I woke up this morning, I'm like, I really need to blow my nose. Blew my nose, and it's all bloody. I'm not sure why, but it's just all bloody. It's like I had a bloody nose in the middle of the night. We're only at like 6,800-ish feet right now. Yesterday we got up above 700 or 7,000, but then we descended down to like 6,800 and something to camp, and then today we're making up to 8,000. I'm like, it's not, like, I'd be shocked if it had anything to do with the altitude, but don't know. Hoping that kind of dissipates today, because that was no fun. But it's about 5:30 right now. We got up right at my alarm at 5 o'clock and started packing up. I was kind of hoping we'd manage to be really, really quick with packing up, but our stuff is in a bear vault right now, and so Corey just went and got it, and I can't really pack up my bag until my food bag's at the bottom of it, so just a little bit slower than hoped, but we still should be out by about 6 a.m. today, so similar to yesterday, decent start. And with that, I'm gonna get ready.
So this is we've smelled it on and off, but Corey just stopped and was like, I just got a big whiff of poodle dog bush, of weed is what it smells like. And so we stopped and started looking around, and yep, thankfully none of it's like directly on the trail, but there it is all along here. So time to very carefully get through this section, because for those of you who don't know, poodle dog bush gives you a very severe reaction, much like poison ivy or poison oak or something like that. But from what I hear, it's a lot worse. So time to be super careful with our poles and everything. Just do not want to be coming in contact with that. Oh. And our gorgeous views for the morning. So yeah, my guess is that we're going up and over that today.
Well, it's between us and San Jacinto, so yes.
Yep.
I love the perseverance right there.
Oh yeah.
There's technically dirt between those rocks. And, I mean, it's at least an inch in diameter at the such a decent tree.
Corey and I were just admiring this burnt out hollow tree, and then we saw it's a colony. Since you can't see very well, those are ants. Fun times.
That
So
is
cool.
impressive. It's like the limbo.
Yeah.
Yeah, except I'll touch the ground.
He made it! Yay! Hey, look, snow.
Hummingbird.
And
Hopper.
up we go.
So, Corey and I are hiking and following the trail, following what was very obviously the trail. And then the guy that was up ahead of us was like, I don't think I'm on the trail anymore. It's really sketchy. And then we heard a voice from somewhere around us of another hiker being like, I thought I was on the trail.
Something to do with your phone app.
I know. We heard another voice being like, I thought I was on the trail, but now I don't know where to go from here. So there's a bunch of us out here just trying to find the path. We didn't go around any blowdowns today. Like, not at all. We've been going over the blowdowns or under them. So I have no idea what's going on. And we have to be very careful because poodle dog bush is everywhere. All right, I'm gonna go so we can figure this out.
Yep.
So we just told some people to head back because we don't want them coming up where we are. And the guy ahead of us is up ahead yelling down to us, but he can't hear us when we yell back up.
So we've been bushwhacking all the way up this hill, and poodle dog bush everywhere. And it's gotten to the point where we've had to take off our packs and move up. Hello? No? We're looking up the hill, but you're blocked by boulders. We can't see you.
No!
There are two people below us.
Can you shed that?
All right, so we got like halfway up and it was just super, super sketchy and covered in poodle dog bush and just not good. Basically what happened is we were walking down the trail and we come to a blowdown, which has been happening a lot. So we crossed the blowdown.
Left before the tree. Yeah.
This got interrupted, but I was saying, so we're walking along the path and we get to a blowdown, and that's been happening a lot. So we cross the blowdown and there's a path continuing in footsteps, and we had seen like two people ahead of us walking ahead, so we followed. I did look back and saw another path underneath the tree, but with a lot of these blowdowns, typically what happens is there's a blowdown, you can't get across it, so people make another path either around it or to an easier spot. So that's what I assumed it was, and we kept going. And it just became a massive bushwhack, and the ground was giving way, and we're essentially on a cliffside. And so, you know, ground's giving way, footsteps are horrible, poodle dog bush everywhere. So we get like halfway up, and we hear the guy ahead of us being like, I found the trail! And so he's like, I can see where, you know, where it turned. Can you guys go back? And we're like, we can't go back. And finally, I think one person came down the trail and another came up was getting to that section. And so they're like, do you want us to come? Because we
we were high enough up and the ground was sketchy enough that we didn't think we could go down safely with our packs and all of our stuff.
And we couldn't have.
And we really couldn't have. And so they came up and basically we kind of like would hand a pack, climb down, hand them our pack, climb down again, take our pack, keep going, and we made our way back to the trail. And essentially what happened was the blowdown was right over a switchback. So nobody, like, we've been sitting here and several people have passed us at the moment, and nobody realizes that the path is right, the trail is right above them, and they have to actually turn before the blowdown because you have to kind of go off trail up to get back to the trail because it was a switchback. So it's kind of hard to tell because the blowdown, I mean, it's a big tree that fell right over the switchback. And that was rough. I was having, like, as soon as things got super sketchy, I pretty much had a panic attack the entire time. So I've been having a panic attack for the last, like, hour until we essentially got back on the trail, and then I started breathing, but I was, like, shaking and almost crying, and, great. I kept it, as long as we were moving, I was able to not panic and was able to kind of work my way through the issue, but as soon as we would stop, I would start to really feel it. So as long as we kept moving, I was keeping calm enough to make decent decisions. But we are back on trail now, and I am just trying to chill out from all the adrenaline and keep going. But it's about 8:30 now. Sun is starting to
Burn.
get pretty hot, and I'm just hoping that I'm not absolutely covered head to toe in poodle dog bush. Really looking forward to getting to Idlewild now so I can scrub everything down and hope that I don't get a horrible reaction. We tried as best we could not to touch it, but
we did.
We probably did a lot. So yeah, that's quite the start to the morning.
Should we get going before we burn to death?
Yes. Big lizard. I want to say it's a skink, but I'm not sure.
Yeah. Well, as cool as it is, I have to conserve power and space, so lizard.
Oh, you've been detected. So that's the trail, and it's way, way, way steeper than it looks. Yeah. And the trail is up that way. Eesh. It's been a day. I feel lied to. It's all graded for cattle and horses. Nothing more than 10% grade. Between the last 2.5 days, I'm feeling lied to. This has been insane, and I cannot imagine riding a horse up here. Like, that would be just stupid. I know people do it, but
I mean, without packs, this wouldn't be bad.
No, but then you're up on
It'd
a
be
really
work.
tall animal. Like,
No. What I mean is, for us, without packs, this really wouldn't be bad. It'd just be altitude and a decent amount of gain.
And lots
The
of cliff
steepness
sides.
isn't insane, but to think of it with packs or with cattle, that's I wouldn't want to take a horse through some of this. The way down yesterday, bad idea.
I know that they have alternates. So I'm guessing cattle, or not cattle, but horses don't actually come this way. But this has been crazy. I haven't been filming a whole lot because, well, to be blatantly honest, I've been dealing with some pretty severe anxiety all day today, which is not being helped by the adrenaline from our bushwhack and then all of the sheer drop cliff sides. But power on through, and it looks like we are actually like 0.8 from where we were planning on camping tonight, and it's just past noon. So we're gonna push on and probably get into Idlewild. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm ready for that. And on that note, I'm gonna go do that. So, just went over our first snowfield, and looks like I have one more stretch to go, and it looks like we're going to be doing a little route finding because there are kind of footsteps everywhere. There's one main path.
Gut hook shows us sticking right along the trail, and it's
Okay.
following the direction. I think I see the trail.
Okay, so looks like the trail might be further ahead, but given our misadventures yesterday and today, we're going to be checking a lot, just to be sure. So far, I mean, it's late in the day, it's almost 3, but snow is still decently stable, and we're
It won't
just
be getting less so.
making our way down. And those 2 snowfields done. Probably have more ahead, but
Oh, we know we do.
for the moment, back to dry ground. So I am very, very happy that we took a snow skills class before we came out. That was super easy, not too much to worry about, but the trail that had been kind of blazed ahead of us didn't quite, it was pretty much on trail the whole time, but there was a few steps that weren't, and they were too close to the boulder. So there was a little like snow bridge type situation going on where there was just empty air underneath the snow where people had stepped. And so we're going through, and Corey gets across and he's like, I'm not trusting that. And I was like, yeah, that doesn't look right. So he went up and around to get back on the trail and away from the boulder. And I went to follow his footsteps, but like put my foot down on one of the footsteps, and I thought it was a little more stable than it was, and realized that the snow there was gonna cave before it actually did. And I was in a perfectly stable position, but I put my foot up on the rock and ended up going down on one knee. So I'm kind of braced on my knee and one foot on the rock. And had him come and like get in a stable position so that I could just pull my leg that was extended up into one of the safe footsteps. So like, what? Oh, yep.
Snow took my,
Snow took one of your booties.
yeah. I was sitting there going, that doesn't feel right. I thought I heard a sound.
But yeah,
A couple spots where I were inches deep and it's hard to even get out.
right. Corey lost one of the booties on his, one of the rubber tips to the, I don't know. It's one of the rubber tips on his
I'm not sure what
trekking
they're called.
poles.
I think they're just called tips.
Yeah, I can't remember what they're
Booty
called.
sounds better.
I'm calling them booties. But no, the snow skills class definitely came in handy. To be honest, feeling a little less freaked out about the snow right now than I was about the cliff sides. So, and I'm so very grateful that so far, knock on wood, the snow isn't on major cliffs right now. Otherwise, you might never get me out of the San Jacinto wilderness. I might live here now. But yeah, it's about 3-ish right now, and the goal is another 5-ish miles or so down to Idlewild. So that's the plan. And we're making very good time today, so I'm gonna go. That's where we came from.
Sign.
Yeah. Today has been hard. We have lost the trail more times than I can count. Half of it's been in snow, half of it's been on cliff sides. It's all been uphill. We may not have done a whole lot of miles, but sweet lords, today has been a day. And my knee is kind of killing me. And my lungs are definitely complaining. But we met a woman named Doodles, and that's her. And she is amazing. And we have decided we're gonna hike together for a little while. We're all taking a 00 in Idlewild to refresh ourselves, but like, I was literally ready to quit a couple of times today. No joke. And that's the first time that I've been like, nope, I'm done. Not only can I not do this, but I don't want to do this. That was very much my mindset earlier today. But she's kind of in the same, she said that today was her worst day too. So we're all gonna go into Idlewild together, take some downtime, and hang out. And hopefully we'll all set out again together. She is pulling bigger miles than us, but who knows? If we don't stick together for long, at least we had each other for today, because we're all lifting each other's spirits right now. The goal right now is Idlewild. So we just passed Saddle Junction, and we are going down a hill. Still through snow. So I'm putting this away.
And if you bring the damn thing, you gotta